This kind of wilderness survival is really fun. A man and a woman who don't know each other, don't wear clothes, survive on a deserted island, without any support. They must survive in the wilderness for 21 days, and end up with a $100,000 prize. Do you dare to take part in such a challenge? The heroine of this challenge is Mela, 23 years old. The young girl joined the program to earn money to support her family. Mela's partner is an ex-soldier named Harden. He masters a powerful skill to survive in the army. Pressure of life, so he chose to take part in this challenge, hoping to earn $100,000 to improve his quality of life and family. Two people meet at the beach. Seeing that his comrade was a young and beautiful girl, Harden was filled with joy. In an awkward atmosphere, the two officially began their journey of survival. It's already 4 p.m., and in order to have a good night's sleep with Mela, Harden tries to light the fire. He tried so hard, but no flame was created. Harden had no choice but to give up. At night the temperature dropped sharply. Could not sleep, the two shivered because of the cold. They only know how to hug each other for warmth. Waking up the next day, Harden is exhausted. I didn't expect the first day to be so difficult. Both try to relight the fire, but still nothing changes, they still fail. In the end, Hayden chose to drink water directly from the spring. Although there is a risk of disease, but at this time, two people definitely need to replenish water. Harden starts and takes a few sips of spring water, feeling refreshed. After drinking the water, by the way, he plunged into the water to take a shower. In the afternoon, Mela continued to work hard to create the fire. Harden was watching. He wasn't surprised it ended in failure. And they still have no fire to keep warm. By the morning of the third day, Harden woke up early. He felt every cell in his body shaking. A 50-year-old man and a 23-year-old girl must survive in the wilderness for 21 days, without food, without clothing. For 3 days in a row, they can only consume protein with nothing to fuel the body. Mela and Harden were almost exhausted. Now they desperately need to find food to replenish their energy. Before that, Mela also wanted to try making a fire. After many persistent efforts, finally some spark was generated. She thinks having a fire is a good start. Harden felt dizzy now, however, and his face was pale. Firewood is being cut by him unfinished. For the first time, he felt helpless. The program team saw that the situation was not good. They quickly called the medical staff to check his whole body. The results of the examination showed that he had low blood pressure due to lack of nutrition. If this continues, it can lead to cardiac arrest. Considering Harden's age and physical condition, the show's team could only be forced to end his game. Hearing such news, Mela had tears in her eyes. After a loving embrace with Mela, Harden follows the staff back home, leaving Mela crying alone. At night, Mela was constantly harassed by mosquitoes. She also collapsed the tent. Early the next morning, Mela had to rebuild her shelter. She's thinking it would be great if Harden was still here. Then she goes out to find food. Mela picked up a coconut by the beach. It took a lot of effort for her to open the coconut and eat a little bit. Inside it was spoiled and smelly. It makes her very uncomfortable. Time passed by Friday, feeling lonely and empty. The thought of giving up flashed through her mind. But when she thought of the $100,000 prize, she decided to move on. After struggling for a while, she decided to go out to find food, hoping to have luck today. Mela found 3 coconuts by the beach, and it was fresh. She ate all the coconut milk and coconut meat without saying a word. At night, Mela prepared to lie down for a good night's sleep. Suddenly a wild boar sneaks into the camp. Mela was scared all night. A young woman, naked, surviving in the wilderness. What will happen? The camp was invaded by a wild boar last night. Mela wondered if she could catch it. If successful, she won't have to worry about food for the next fortnight. Soon a trap was set up. Whether she can eat high-quality food or not depends on this trap. At night, the wild boar will surely reappear around the campsite. Early the next day, Mela couldn't wait to check the traps. It turned out that the bait had been eaten, but the trap was still intact. Mela is very frustrated. She doesn't know how many days she can continue. On the 18th day, Mela found a baby alligator by the river. Although she didn't want to provoke these dangerous animals, she decided to give it a try because she was hungry. The little crocodile at that time was extremely scared, but it was too late for it to escape. In the next second, Mela overpowered the crocodile with a wooden stick. She butchered the crocodile. With this delicious food, Mela felt the cells in her body begin to come back to life. At night, the mosquitoes come again. Mela was tortured continuously. Fortunately, she came up with a good way. She mixed urine with ash and applied it all over her body. This method works really well. On the 19th day, Mela was woken up early in the morning by the sound of a pig squealing. It turned out that a trap set by herself had caught a baby wild boar. 2 more days to complete the challenge. Looking at this small life, Mela suddenly felt pity for it. Although wild boar meat is delicious and nutritious, she still chooses to leave it to the wild. She didn't want to end the ordeal with blood-stained hands. By the time of the 21st, Mela had walked some distance to meet the program team. Time for her to pack up and go home. After the 8 kilometers journey, Mela came out of the forest. She reached the evacuation point. Waiting for her is the one to welcome her home. She had a $100,000 prize. Participating in the 21-day challenge, Mela's weight has decreased to 10.8 kilograms.
Let's get it over the other way.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.